TSC Unleashed is available on YouTube. Find TSC Unleashed for all the latest news, football, basketball, boxing, and entertainment news. We cover it all on TSC Unleashed. Every week, please feel free to subscribe to TSC Unleashed on YouTube. Pro Cafe, that's right. Pro Cafe is your new #1 source for 24/7, 7-day-a-week lo-fi music and more. Whether you're hard at work or hard at play, let Pro Cafe be your life soundtrack. Subscribe now at Pro Cafe on YouTube. Peace.
This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Sending data over an encrypted internet connection is like sending a postcard that everybody can see. When you're connected to an unencrypted network, whether that's your phone, your computer, your tablet, your TV, etc., you're sending countless of pieces of really precious data that can be seen or intercepted by all sort of parties before it reaches its intended destination. But a VPN, or a virtual private network, creates a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. In other words, it puts an envelope around your postcard so they can't sneak a peek at your private correspondence. The ExpressVPN protects you from spies who use your data for their own nefarious purposes. ExpressVPN prevents your ISP from seeing your private browsing activity. It also stops governments and large corporations and websites that constantly surveil you and harvest your data for their own agendas. ExpressVPN gives you unrestricted access to all parts of the internet, so you can watch shows in other countries and even get certain discounts. So to get ExpressVPN, just click the link below. When you use the Pelican Post-Scan Report, you get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. Hit the link now and get connected.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Running like this, and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. We up in this thing. Shout out to the Who Dat Nation. We up in this thing. The Great Saint Think Tank. We representing. Peace to the fam. Appreciate all of y'all for being in the building. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, family, and feel free to join the show as well. Now, they got a link in the chat, family, that we're going to check out and put together. So I got some stuff. Really, I hadn't anything prepared for you guys today. This would be strictly a feed in which I was going to represent and open up the phone lines. I was supposed to do it Friday. Busy show, schools, stuff dealing with the kids. But we up in this thing, man. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Let me adjust my camera, if you don't mind, fam. There we go, baby. Baby, let me adjust it for you, baby. All right, that's much better. All right, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being up in here. All the fam, man. Elite is Poppy 504. Darren Neek, shout out to you. My boy Scoop, what it do, pimpin'? Shout out to you. Dana the Queens, JT is Poppy 504. BJ9. Shout out to the fam, man. No Lagoon, St. Gomer, Myron, Mont Dog, Roll. Good to see you, fam. Appreciate y'all all for being in the stream. What's popping, baby? Baby, what's popping? All right, so listen, like I said, this is strictly a call-in show. If you guys want to chime in, the link is pinned to the chat. This is strictly a Q&A show, so if you want to chime in, you can feel free to chime in the link in the chat, or you can simply just throw a question in the chat for what we dealing with the Who Dat Nation. So pretty much all it is what it is, and of course we are, man, listen, it's the 16th today. We still have about a week and some change, man, before we get going with this draft. And I'm really like, I'm at my wits end with these mock drafts, man. Y'all know I'm not a really guy that loves to do too many mock drafts. I think I'm at number 10 right now. They got guys that do like 20. You doing that many, it's like you taking all of the razzmatazz out of it. You know what I mean, family? It's like all the damn razzmatazz out of that thing when you got that many damn drafts. So not really too much liking the mock drafts a lot, but but at the same time, man, I just like the Q&As, the engagement with the family members kind of helps me out as well. So shout out to the fam. And this is I haven't done one of these shows in a while. So if the family members want to chime in, they can feel free to chime in, link in the chat. So y'all can feel free to pop in here. All right, what's up, Louisiana, man? Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate you. All right, St. Gomber says greetings from from LA. Okay, cool. Shout out to you, bro. Good to see you, man, out there, formerly known as Anthony R. from Burbank. Okay, cool, Anthony. Appreciate you, bro, for chiming in this thing. Much love. All right. My dog said Mickey attending this Q&A. I don't know, man. Mickey might pop in here. You never know, bro. You know how it go, bro. Mickey might pop up here and surprise you. You never know how Mickey is. He done got his rest. He took a cat nap. And Mickey, he got a lot of energy, so you might be good to go. Marley Mall, shout out to you. Shout out to the Facebook, the Instagram, the Reddit, and also I'm leaving somebody out here. The Twitter family. Shout out to everybody. Big ups to you. What's up, Daniel? Shout out to you. OG Jerry Paul. What's up, brother Jerry? So anyway, family, if y'all want, feel free to pop in. Like I said, man, links pinned to the chat. Any Q&A you won't have, feel free to talk about it. So let's just go over the some of the things we talked about, kind of doing a brief recap of what the Saints did, and we know this. And as we get kind of getting tuned up for this upcoming week, and then the 27th, the 28th, and 29th, I believe, is the draft days. Well, we'll be having a full stream, and I've been doing this for some time now, when we've been doing the straight up all out NFL draft specials where we just be up in that thing for hours, man. So, we going to do that, man. And I remember it's a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours on week, round 1, and then round 2 and 3 is like about 3 or 4, 5 hours. No, 3, 4, somewhere around 3 hours. And then the rounds 3 through 7 is like 5 hours. Then right after that, we hang on, and then we get, Q&A from the fam, and then, some live chat. And then we even go from that to like right at that time, Saint Twitter be just lighting up, because the Saints be announcing, and agents and people be announcing that the Saints sign undrafted people. And then a couple days later, we'll have the full list of who the Saints added to their undrafted ranks, because it'd be like a second draft for us when we get our undrafted guys, because of how important they are to what we do as a team. So that undrafted area is really big for the team anyway. So shout out. All right. Appreciate the fam for being here. Shout out, fam. Appreciate y'all. All right. Let's get going in this thing, fam. Let me share the chat. We're going to go after. Hold on here. Let me fix this right quick, fam. Hold on. Give me just a second here. Yeah, we're going to go. All right. Give me just a second. And, this is one of the things we talk about, too, looking at the Saints depth chart. Let me go ahead on and get on that. I'm going to share the screen with the family members with that. All right, hold on here. Give me just a second, fam. All right, there we go. This thing likes to reset every now and again. All right, so anyway, this is here it is, the depth chart for the black and gold. As we go into the draft, we know what we got to do. We know what we're facing with, so not really too many surprises, which is a good thing for the Saints. Also, we hear about the talk about the Saints could potentially be on Hard Knock Life, the Hard Knock series, which, I don't care what the record is for people that go on there and they say it's a distraction. But, the Saints would be wise to avoid any extra distraction, I think. But you never know how that will shake up. I don't really have too much to say about that. I just think that if you're a successful team, you have to be able to know how to deal with every and all distractions if you're trying to win. So the Hard Knock thing don't really mean too much to me. Shout out to you, Vulture Mode. Good to see you, fam. Appreciate you being here. Much love. JT, I see you, fam. Much love. Sir Rogers, shout out to you. Brian, what's happening, fam? Shout out to you as well. All right, who that do? Much love, fam. Appreciate you. All right, so yeah, let's get into it. And you can see right here that with the Saints' biggest move, the card thing, Jameis coming back to the squad as well. They got Taysom as a third, a quarterback in a situation where people anticipate that they'll still run the Taysom Hill packages. Hopefully he can do a little bit better with that. Alvin Kamara's here facing his legal stuff coming up down the line. We'll see how all that shake out. A lot of people anticipate him, that he might be doing some time, maybe 6 to 8 games away. We'll find out. Then again, he could come out and actually win this thing. Crazier things have happened. There's always a chance. Jamal Williams is brought in as a great replacement. And remember, this is definitely an upgrade than what we had last year with Michael Thomas and whoever else we had thrown up in there. Johnson, he was another guy that the Saints had. But Jamal Williams seems to be a guy that's going to actually be a serious compliment to Alvin Kamara once he does return from whatever suspension or if he does anything at all. So, that was all positive and good. Chris Olave's going to level it up. Michael Thomas is in the prove-it year. He hadn't played a lot of football. Hopefully he can get right to the, into the meat and potatoes and handle his business. Rashid Shaheed, I heard the interview with him talking up. This kid is came on like he was made to do this stuff, and he looks phenomenal. He's going to improve his route running. He has speed. He's a playmaker for the Saints, and he was one of the bright spots of the team the Saints found when Mike Thomas went down. They dug a little deep and put him in there, and so much so that they said, Deontay, you can go ahead on about your business. And then, of course, behind him, Brian Edwards' familiarity with Carr, he's the second biggest guy. Well, actually, he's probably the same height. He's 6'3", just like Mike Thomas is, but he's 220 pounds. So he's good at catching the ball across the middle, physical, wide out, and very familiar with Derek Carr, being that he was with the Raiders as well. So that was a smart move and a pretty cheap move or a pretty moderate move to get this guy to come here. And, of course, they still will go to looking at the depth chart behind those guys with Traquan and the rest of these guys. You could definitely use somebody else. Jawan Johnson extension. Adam the Fishman Troutman is there with Taysom as a third guy. They try to bring Foster Monroe in here to see what he was going to do. Do the Saints be a little bit patient with Foster, see how he looks as we get closer to camp? Then perhaps they'll go and bring a veteran tight end in. Adam Prentice right now is the fullback. The Saints haven't given him any competition yet, but they could draft somebody or find somebody in the undrafted ranks to challenge him. Hopefully we can get my thing was always asking for us to get like a guy, a fullback that can play tight end. He can be an H-back for you. And I thought we had that guy. We picked up Alex, what's his name? Came from Carolina. Y'all remind me the kid name. Came from Carolina. We had him under Sean Payton for a little bit, and we just couldn't find out how to use him, But anyway, the offensive line, Penning, Pete, McCoy, Ruiz, and Ramczyk, the Saints going to keep in their offensive line together. Penning is going to start. Andrews Pete needs to be healthy and stay healthy throughout the season. McCoy anchors the line from the center. Cesar Ruiz improved. And really the biggest factor, people say, Q, how about Trevor Penning? We need to worry about him or Andrews Pete. Really, I want Ryan Ramczyk to level up. That's another thing that we really need to consider. Ryan Ramczyk really needs to get up and start playing like the guy, we thought he was. He got to get up off his and start really bringing this anchoring in from a leadership standpoint, because I'm pretty sure Ryan Ramczyk finds that nasty disposition, that nasty discipline edge that he played with in his first several years here. And him and Trevor Penning are leading the charge. Man, the Saints are going to look really good, man. because it's all really hinging on that line. To be honest, we could talk about the skill players, but really we're not going anywhere unless that offensive line plays to a higher level. And I think they can. And keeping them together is a positive sign. Swag fan says, hey, Q, I can't call you Big Q anymore. I got to call you HQ. Healthy. Oh, man, come on, man. I'll always be. All right, shout out to you. What's up, Kev? Kev504, shout out to you. Much love, Swag. Appreciate you. All right, so all right, so anyway, yeah, that's a part of it, fair. But yeah, that's what I talked about. Like when you talk about the Saints O-line, the continuity looks, that's just, you can't get any better than that, because a lot of times we talk about when Carr comes in, the small things, the small things that we talk about. Like we talk about like usually when you get a new quarterback, the small things, like the QB to center exchange, that type of stuff have to be worked on. Like when we first got McCoy here, he had to work on that thing. So we have to be able to get that together. Carr and McCoy being on the same page when it comes down to the QB and center exchange, the center of the QB exchange, where that could be problematic. We have to worry about that. And of course, Derek Carr has to get familiar with the Saints O-line. And the Saints offensive line, if they can remain healthy, I think they can become a top 10 unit, like really get to an elite level top 5 unit. If they can stay healthy and play with the same physicality and force and discipline that previous units have used. You know what I'm saying? So another big thing to the backup offensive lineman for the offensive line is the backup guys. James Hurst, the swing offensive lineman. He comes in. If there's a problem with the guard or tackle, he plays either one of those positions. I like him better at the guard position than anywhere else. And then, of course, they brought Kelvin Throckmorton. Not too crazy about Throckmorton. Landon Young has potential. Storm Norton is a guy that's good in mauling you with the run as far as the run's concerned. But when you look at the rest of the guys, you're still Durant and Lewis Kidd and Coda Martin and those guys. Those are you kind of, Lewis Kidd flashed a few things, but you're like, yeah, if you're a Saints brass, you're like, yeah, we got to do a little something on that offensive line when it comes to maybe in the draft somewhere. And then definitely in the undrafted area, we got to provide more competition. And of course, the Saints are going to bring in veteran offensive linemen like they did last year once we get right before camp. So that'll be some stuff that they'll create some competition there. Now, looking at the tight end room, we mentioned Foster Monroe, the Saints, to see what he looks like as we get close on, and that he could bring a veteran tight end to the mix. And the wide receiver room, in my expectation, I think the Saints will definitely draft a guy. I think you could see them drafting a guy like Hugh. Who would you draft? I would rather draft a big wide receiver that has duality, a big guy that's a 6'3" guy. We talked about Ford Wheaton, Bryce Ford Wheaton from West Virginia. That'll be a big guy that you can bring in to help out. He should be somewhere between 3 and 5. He probably going to be going by 4, by the 4th round. But Bryce Ford Wheaton's a big physical wide receiver that's 6'3", 220, runs a 4.38 or 3.9 or whatever it is. He had a lot of good production there. He can be very valuable for the Saints because you can use him in different ways. And another veteran into the mix as well. Could we see a Jarvis Landry return? Perhaps not. Perhaps we'll find somebody else that we can bring in. The Saints always going to bring some veteran wide receiver that kind of steady the run because injuries happen. Remember, if Mike Thomas is not good to go, if something happens with Mike's and he has another setback, then that kind of thins the ranks a bit, and you got to make sure you have that next guy behind him. The running back position, we talk about it with Jamal being here, 17 rushing touchdowns last year. He was a gift. And this could form probably the Saints' best tandem in a long time. Then since when you've seen Elvin Kamara and Mark Ingram operating on a higher level together, this could actually, and that's a tall order because you could put that as one of the top tandems in Saints history and probably up there in the NFL history when you put Kamara and Ingram together when it was on another level. But you still looking like what Ingram could do time because Kamara could do time with this whole case thing that he's dealing with, the Las Vegas thing. And most certainly the Saints could be looking to add running backs. They looked at a ton of running backs during this this period when they were able to kind of go and scout out these running backs, and they all kind of running backs that you could possibly imagine, the satellite backs like Tajay Spears, the north-south runners with skill sets like Zach Charbonnet. They got all kind of guys they were looking at. So I'm looking at it saying the Saints looking at getting one of these really good young running backs in the draft that can plug into a third running back role, and we could have a 3-back combination going on. I would love to see that out there, to be honest with you. So you move to the defense, and the defense, to me, we talk about the offense, but really the defense seems to be where a lot of the questions are. We know what Cam's going to do, but Cam's getting up there. We talked about this all the time. Nate Shepard and Kalen Saunders acquisitions to replace Onyemata and Shai Tuttle from last year, and Malcolm Roach in the middle there. So we anticipating the Saints run stuffing efforts to be much improved, because they couldn't get any worse than what the hell they were last year, right, fam? So we're still not done yet. We're still not done there. It's like, the biggest need we have got to be interior, right? Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. Because really, you got 3 guys. You got 3 new defensive linemen, pardon me, that's on the defensive line. You got Cam, you got Shepard, Saunders, and now Granderson. They're anticipating Granderson being there, but either way, it's between Granderson and Peyton Turner for the position. And Tanu Passenger operates as another guy. Even though I would kind of switch it with Tanu, I'd probably slide him inside. 6'7", 300-pound guy, let him play inside, let him bat balls down at the line of scrimmage from the inside. I'd rather have him, at this age of his career, inside than outside, and draft somebody to play the outside position. Now, then again, the Saints could approach this thing where they could bring in somebody. They can add another veteran to the mix while they say, you know what, we're not going to take another first rounder. What we're going to do is a pass rusher, which they should, to be honest with you, because even if you're not drafting a guy for the Granderson versus Peyton Turner contest, you got to be drafting a guy for Cam Jordan, because eventually Cam got 1 year on his contract. He's getting up there. You're going to need a guy to replace him anyway. So, and then another thing is, even though the Saints had 40-something sacks last year, that was pretty good, we got to continue to get the pressure on and keep the pressure on. And remember, our pressure helps our secondary, because guys, when them quarterbacks feel the pressure from the Saints defensive line that's shooting off the edge and chasing them down, forcing them to throw the ball early when they didn't want to throw it, and all it just causes so many problems, and it helps the secondary out, because the less they have to cover, there's a benefit for them. So the Saints have to be able to keep the pressure on. Now, Granderson had 5.5 sacks last year. Peyton Turner is a product. We don't know what he is. So that's why I'm saying yes and no in terms of what we do with the defensive line, because that means a lot. That really means a lot. It means a lot. We've got to be able, if you want our secondary to continue to look good, the Saints defensive line has got to continue to get pressure on the opposing quarterback as much as we can. Now, I do think that our efforts to stop the run will be improved, but we still got to get the big run stuffers to fill in that spot. So I've said it. Another interior force like Amazi Smith or a big old Ika from Baylor, or maybe Binu farther down from Wisconsin when you get to that point. So they got a lot of guys that'll be there. From every portion, whether it's the first, second, or third. But I'm thinking, man, unless, you find a Hendon Hooker in the second round at 40, the Saints' first 2 picks should be defensive line picks, whether that's tackle or defensive end or tackle. You guys decide, but we still need work there. All right, so anyway, let's move on to the linebacker core. And, of course, the Saints did, re-sign Andrew Dowell, and they have all these other guys that are mostly practice squad guys, special teams guys. Now Andrew has good potential. We seen him in some games a couple of years ago when he stepped in and played really well, so he has potential. But Ty Summers, Nephi Sewell, Connolly, these are practice squad guys. So if something goes awry with Pete Werner, then the next man up is Zach Bowen. So do the Saints feel good about Zach Bowen and where, their thought process is on Zach Bowen? Do they really think that Zach Bowen is ready to take the step? That's why they held on to him. Do they believe that he can have a step just like what you've seen happen with Caden Ellis? Can Zach Bowen do that? Potentially he can. Schematically speaking, he's a 3 or 4 line. That's when they first drafted him, fam. he had enough time to be able to acclimate to the Saints defense. And he should be able to see, well, listen, the last time we seen, let me just put it to you like this, and let me ask the great Saint think tank this. When is the last time you guys seen Zach Bond in extended action? Huh? When was the last time? You know, because I'm thinking about, I was like, man, when was the last time we seen Zach Bond play like extended minutes, like he was in a starter role since when he first got here? Is that the last time we see? Because between there and here, he went all the way down to the back ass of the depth chart. So I'm like, when is the last time we actually seen this guy take on any meaningful reps? And when he, you know, and really step up and do something. And I'm probably thinking, you know, had to be the first year when they wanted to see what he was made of, maybe the third year, because he did some injuries, he had some problems. So I don't really know. But we're going to see it this year, because unless the Saints draft somebody, and we hoping that they do, if Pete Werner gets banged up, hopefully he stays healthy. Zach Bond is your third linebacker to step in there and do some stuff. Now, DeMarco Jackson, I know y'all like DeMarco, but we hadn't seen anything from DeMarco Jackson. Not anything as of yet. So we just have to wait and see. I love his game, though. I love his game. But anyway, secondary, the strength of the Saints defense at this point, Marshawn Laddie Daddy, Paulson Adebo, Marcus Man, Tyrann Mathieu. Of course, Pacman called him and said they ain't you know what. And I was like, no, then you got it mixed up, brother. The Saints secondary was the best unit of the team, and that's what happened when you got guys that don't know nothing about the team. They just firing off hatred. But the Saints did reinforce the secondary really well at the safety position, because, you know, you got an older Tyrann Mathieu, and then you have a Marcus May who missed 6 games last year, who is going to do at least 3 games with the DUI situation that he brought from the Jets. Now, fortunately, he was able to get rid of the charge that he got down here, which was a big plus. So 3 games, we're looking like with Marcus Mayday might be out, but the Saints did add some help with Lonnie Johnson Jr. This guy has versatility. He's probably the most intriguing secondary member that we have, that we brought in here. Now, a lot of people like Smoke Monday because they want to see what he can do, big safety. But really, Lonnie Johnson Jr. is a guy that could play the corner and the safety position. He's going to be one of those acquisitions that we brought in, we're going to be talking about, because I think he'll fit like hand to glove what he did. If you study how he played in his previous stops, he was a very good choice by the Saints defense to bring in here. And how the Saints use him, we'll see. But Lonnie Johnson Jr. is going to be a big part of the Saints secondary and how he played. And Jonathan Abrams, I love Jonathan Abrams because he can hit. Now, you got to work on his cover ability, because most of the highlights you see when you watch Jonathan, it's him just leveling people, because that's what he is. He's a small linebacker type. So if you need to play him around the line of scrimmage, you can blitz him. He ain't afraid to tackle nobody. He's going to get you amped and bucked, but he does have to work on his coverage ability, though. He's not a bad cover guy, but he needs work, man, and hopefully we can kind of help him out with that. All right, so anyway, outside of that, yeah, the Saints still need a little help there. And, of course, you can see when you go to the special teams here, you see Will Lutz down there and Alex Quavito, who was brought in. He's one of those future guys that will provide a competition against Will Lutz in training camp. People might not see that as much, but Will Lutz, man, didn't look good last year for the Saints, and he's another guy that has to improve. He has to improve, man. He was 74% last year, fam. 74%. Let me show you his statistic, because this is big. We talk about kicker contribution. And Will Lutz just didn't look good. Here it is right here. You see it right here, fam? This is 2020 Lutz, and of course he missed 2021. But the previous year, look, 82.1%. Now, prior to his injury, right, the lowest he ever kicked in the NFL since the 82.1 was when he came in 2016 and had 82.4 when he was 20 of 34, right? Now, last year, he went all the way from 82.1 down to 74.2. That was career lows off the wazoo. So, in the question, I was like, damn, that was such a significant drop by our kicker, Will Lutz, that it had me thinking, like, damn, man, of course, we're not going to say get rid of Will Lutz right now. What we're going to say is, let's see how he does in this upcoming year, because he was coming off core surgery, and he was supposed to come back early in 2021, and the Saints looked at him and said, let's just shut him down. So he comes back fully healthy, according to what they told us, for the upcoming year, and then he goes 74% on the year for the Saints. Wow. And that's really low for Will Lutz. Like I said, the lowest he ever did in terms of field goal percentage was 82.1 the year, the 2020 year. So that's a severe drop. So if this continues, you might have to look in another direction for another kicker, because that core injury could have impacted him so much so that he might not be able to, this might be a norm. So I'm not saying it is right now, because it's just a trend for 1 year. And we don't want to look at it like that. We're going to see if he can kind of break that and get back to the top. So anyway, that's a few things we're looking at here as we keep going. Saints for Life said the Saints need to beef up the O-line, especially at the offensive guard. Very concerned with Pete and Ruiz. Pete can't stay healthy, missed more games since 2019 than any other starting offensive guard in the NFL. Thank you, Saints for Life. Appreciate the stat. Yeah, and this could be something the Saints could be looking at in the draft too, if Osiris Torrance is there, the big offensive lineman out of Florida who comes from Louisiana. If he's there, then you might say, you know what? You might have to grab that guy, because once again, Andrews Pete's on a 1-year deal. So are we really as safe as what we think we at the offensive line? He said, Q, would you get mad at the Saints taking offensive line? Absolutely not. No, hell no, because any attempt to build our lines is a plus, man. Because like you said, this is an NFL. You take Torrance there, if he's the highest guy there on the board and he falls to you there, you take him, because you definitely got a future need for him. If Andrews gets banged up, or you don't want Cesar Ruiz or whatever, then you got one of the guys right there you can land to kind of help you out, and then he'll start there for the next 10 years for you don't have to worry about him. So it's cool. All right, so anyway, keep the questions coming, fam. I'll try to hit, drop back and forth between it. AQ, what are the chances of landing Hooker, says Swag Fan? I think, he's climbing according to what we're seeing in the board, and I knew that was going to happen. I was saying it the whole time. I was like, Hendon Hooker is the third best quarterback in this class. The only reason why Hendon Hooker is not getting that credit is because he's banged up. He's banged up. He was hurt. I said if he was healthy, then he'd be listed as a top 3 quarterback. And then what happened was why his stock is increasing is because they had an opportunity to get a good look at that injury report and see that he'll be coming back a little faster than what they anticipated. Hence why he's rising in the board. There was no question about what kind of quarterback Hendon Hooker is, man. We seen this. We seen it. I seen it when he was playing against LSU, how he carved that defense up, man. He had total control out there. The guy has excellent pocket awareness. Like I said, my only knock against him is 2 things. Number one, he tends to hold on to the ball a little longer than what I want in the pocket. Got good pocket awareness though. And number 2 is, which is not really a knock. It looks like if you had a civil rights movie that you was filming, you can go and ask Hendon Hooker. He'll play the kid that's in the bus, that's at the bus stop. Like you go down to the Greyhound, the Greyhound station, and you standing up at the counter like in the old civil rights movie, and you needed him to play. He can play the guy that's standing behind the counter that's giving you the tickets. You paying him. he looked just like, man, I ain't gonna tell you. Hendon Hooker look like he got a throwback look. He looked like he was the brother came straight out the civil rights era, man. I ain't gonna lie. He from the 60s. He got the name and everything, Hendon. That's that. Hey, Hendon, what's up, man? What's up, Eustace? How you doing there, bro? I'm doing good, man. Yeah, hey, bro, tell Cephas to go get the football, bro. I won't throw, we gonna play some pitch up tackle. That type of stuff, But anyway, just to be real. Yeah, but he's fantastic. But, his stock is rising. So if you can get him at 40, I'll take him. If he's there at 40, and we'll see, man, because they got a lot of people. They're anticipating quarterbacks, like 5 or 6 quarterbacks to go before the 3rd round's over with. So if Hendon Hooker is there, then you would be smart to select him, because none of the Saints' top picks, they have a bevy of different places that they can go. They've signed enough people that they could still be able to kind of voyage off and pick up a quarterback. And people saying, Q, I don't think that he can quarterback in the 1st round. Maybe not in the 1st round. I wouldn't say in the 1st round. But if he's still there at pick 40, he's got to be the biggest person on your board. And if it's a quarterback, the Saints could just stash him for 1 year. You only got Jameis for 1 year. It's like, well, Q, why would we take because you take him with the 2nd round pick. Jameis will be going after next year. He'll still be here. You have him. If something happened with Carr, you got him to plan. Besides, I'd rather have him here than playing for Tampa Bay and carving you up like a Christmas turkey when you play them, because you know that's what happened when we pass on all these quarterbacks. They come back and they take you apart. That's what that's what they do. You know. Larry says, do you think Trevor Penning might be a better fit at guard rather than left tackle? I like him at tackle, bro. But really, I like him at right tackle. I'm going to be honest with you, fam. I like him at right tackle more than left tackle. But, you know, that's I've been saying that for a while now. And I don't, you know, that's just my thought process. I want my best tackle to guard the blind. We got a $150 million quarterback here. So you will want your best offensive lineman to guard his blind side. And I've said this before. And that to me would be Ramczyk. But Ramczyk really to me hadn't looked really good since the Saints paid him the money. As soon as he got paid, he started having these nagging injuries. He been playing hurt, and it's got to be that because he don't look nowhere near what I remember from Ramczyk. Nowhere near it. So he needs to elevate and start playing, get healthy and start playing dominant like we remember him playing that way. And just set the tone for the offensive lineman, and Trevor Penning will follow suit. So no, I like him better at tackle than at guard. He has the speed to play the position, bro. He got great feet. And he just got to stay under control. You know what I'm saying? In terms of that. All right, thank you, Larry. Shout out to you, fam. All right, so anyway, fam, let's keep it going. I got let me like I said, if y'all want to chime in, you can feel free to jump on the show. The link's pinned to the chat. Like I said, I'm just going to be going to 7:30. It's 7:30 stiff cutoff time. So if you want to pop in the show, you got your opportunity. The link is in the chat. Pinned to the top of the chat anyway. All right, so anyway, let's keep it going, fam. Let's go over some of these other things that we had an opportunity to look at, too. We talk about what the Saints need heading into the draft. Here's an article right here from CBS is talking about some of the people still available in free agency. And, of course, we hear our rivals like the Atlanta Falcons. They got Bud Dupree. You see some of them still picking up people this late in free agency. And why? Because they have number one, they have the money and they got the need for it. When you look at the Saints defense, do we really need all these extra cats? You do. You really do. Now, Atlanta was in some pretty bad straits when you talk about what they had last year on the defense. That's why they're spending a lot of this money on all three levels of the defense, the secondary line. I mean, just all new players everywhere. You know, they put brand new people on the defensive line, at the linebacker position, and in the secondary. I mean, my goodness, that just goes to show you how they really felt about how low the defense ranking and level was. Adding Calais Campbell, bringing David Onyemata, Caden Ellis, trading for Jeff Okudah, getting Jesse Bates, just doing, adding Bud Dupree. They've done a phenomenal job of just adding talent to the defense. They added some stuff to the offense as well. So there's still positions left for the Saints to get. And right now, the free agency period is operating really well in terms of it's a very good market for NFL teams and definitely a good market for the Saints because they can still get good value that's available right now. So one of the top people that's available right now is we talk about edge rushers is Yannick Ngakoue. And a lot of people says, hey, Q, we need to go ahead on and land Yannick Ngakoue. We've been saying this for the last 2 years, at least the last 2 or 3 years. We've been talking about Yannick Ngakoue, but he's played with several teams in just the last few years. Like, what's going on with Yannick Ngakoue? Well, the word out on Yannick Ngakoue is that even though he could pass rush his ass off, he's not really good, that good of a run stuffing in. So that's been a knock on him that a lot of people are talking about. But anyway, still a solid starter whose sack totals have him in company of the all-time greats out the market, who turned 28 in March, recorded 8 or more sacks in each of his first 7 seasons, including 9.5 in 2022. And Cam had like 8. His only season with the Colts, he gave him 9.5 sacks. So the price on Yannick Ngakoue, we'll see what it is. I'm going to see if I can try to find out what it is because I know it ain't a lot of money that Ngakoue is asking for, man. Let me see if I can pull it up, fam. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find what he's asking for his contract here. Because I know it's not what he had last year, 2 years, okay, with the Colts. 2 years at $13 million, right? And then you can see how it break down right there. So basically, All right, averaging 13 million a year. So he's afraid. What is that his cost? The Saints have played 13 million, 10 million, whatever the case may be for Yannick Ngakoue might be too. That's definitely too rich for the Saints' blood. So maybe they, you can wait for him to go down a little bit price wise. So I always look at the money to see, because even though he turns in a lot of great production there, it comes at a cost. So I don't know if the Saints would be willing to spend that. He have to come down for that if they even looking at him that way. Only other four others have done, that since the individual sacks have been recorded since '82. DeMarcus Ware, Derek Thomas, Reggie White, and Aaron Donald, future Hall of Famer. If a team needs at least 8 sacks or more juice for its pass rush, Ngakoue should be the first among all the remaining guys that they reach out to. And, you see 8+ sacks in each of his first 7 years since 1982. That is very impressive for Yannick Ngakoue. He's still out there, though. He's still out there. All right. KT says, Q, they have a 4th round grade on J. Okay. Wow. Damn. A 4th round. That he ain't go on Skinner in the 4th. If he's there, damn, KT. You know what, bro? We heavy with the, I don't know, bro. If he's there, man, he got to be high up on the board. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he might go a little higher than that the way he plays. We're going to see, KT. That's a toughie. That's a tough one right there, brother. I don't know, bro. I'm going to have we got to see. All right, so anyway, yeah, Ngakoue done some positive stuff. He definitely helped out the Saints, so we'll see. Next man up, Mr. Frank Carter. Comes to play when the lights shine the brightest. 13.5 career playoff sacks, so the 3rd most ever, behind 3-time Super Bowl champion Willie McGinnis, who had 16, and Hall of Famer Bruce Smith with 14.5. Didn't Willie McGinnis get in a fight with somebody and threaten to hurt somebody? I was like, man, I ain't never seen Willie McGinnis get that mad since he was playing football. Any contender who wants a proven playoff pass rusher should be blowing up Clark's phone. Could this be a thing? Now, we know Yannick Ngakoue, with all that, he was making 13 million. Do they eventually, like, going in free agency, say, okay, look, it's a premium on him. What could we get a Frank Clark for? Let me see if we can see what the money is for a Frank Clark. Let me see. Let's see here. What was Frank Clark making? He'd probably make the most sense from a monetary standpoint if you're worrying about money, if you're the Saints. All right. Ain't showing me nothing. Okay, 2 years at 30 million, 14. Okay, 15 million a year. Wow. Damn. All right. He's 29 years old too. He damn near 30 years old, 8 years in the league. Yeah, it's a premium on these guys because they didn't get to the quarterback. So, yeah, Clark and price-wise, they might be right around each other, man. That's why I be looking at the money, man. How much these damn guys got in previous contracts and what they be willing to work for. But Ngakoue and Frank Clark would definitely help the Saints at least for a year if you decide to pick these guys up for 1 year. Behind them is Leonard Floyd. That's right. Racked up 29 sacks with 157 pressures since 2020. Past 3 seasons, he's shown the ability to perform without Aaron Donald. He racked up 4 sacks, 28 quarterback pressures in 6 games. Donald missed with injury last season, also played in every game since 2018, showing phenomenal health for a player entering his age 31, which he can give some of that to Davenport when he was here. So Leonard Floyd's there at mostly a linebacker position, but can use him at edge if you need him in the pinch. Seen that happen with Leonard Floyd, firing off the edge. We'll see. Defensive lineman, Ashawn Robinson, the former Alabama interior defensive lineman's there. With the proliferation of the Vic Fangio 2 high safety defense designed to stop the pass in NFL, teams more than ever needed defensive linemen who can be significant factors against the run. Ashawn Robinson plays the run as well as any defensive lineman. 28-year-old is a torn meniscus that cut his season short, but the first 11 weeks of the season he ranked alongside Aaron Donald and DeForest Buckner as one of the best run-stuffing defensive linemen in the entire league. Yeah, Ashawn Robinson, that's one thing he does do well. But could this be a situation where the Saints are looking to bring guys like this in? Now, he's still out there. And this could be a situation where the Saints kind of wearing him down. Or perhaps I don't even know if they're looking at him. I would say they're not looking at a guy of Ashawn Robinson's potential. to help out the interior defensive line. I'll probably say a little further down. Shelby Harris, another defensive end, coming over from Seattle. You know, he has 6 sacks with 32 pressures. He's there. Matthew Leonidas, the former Carolina Panther, 29-year-old, was just as much factor. He had in the 35 ascending young tackle with Derek Brown. In terms of his sacks in his rookie year, he had what? 1, but just as much of a factor in the quarterback pressures. He had 35 against Derek Brown's 40, who's their other interior guy. Linebackers, how about Pacman Jones for my family members who are LSU people? He's out there. 44 tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, 2.5 sacks, an interception, forced fumble while playing in 2022 season's final 11 games. Missed the first 6 games with a shoulder injury. Hasn't been the same from a speed perspective since breaking his foot in 2018, but still a serviceable depth piece at this stage of his career. He's just 28. He's garnered interest from the Giants, visiting money according to the NFL media, NFL.com. So Pacman Jones is there. Miles Jack, former Jaguar and Pittsburgh Steeler linebacker, is there. If you're looking for a veteran linebacker for the Saints, Rashaan Evans, another guy, former Atlanta guy, is there. I don't know if any of these inside linebackers we'll be looking at to help out the Saints. Perhaps, you look at guys like Quan Alexander, Eric Wilson types. Those are like after that level or right below that level that you can get for $3-4 million on a 1-year, 2-year deal to come in and help you. And then you get secondary wise. Do we really need any secondary members to help out the secondary? I don't think so. But Marcus Peters, Rocky Sin, Ronald Darby, Adrian Amos at the safety, and all these other guys are there. So Saints kind of looking more at the linebacker. I would like a veteran linebacker and definitely another edge rusher. You're talking about Saints really thinking big here. It could be a major plus if the Saints did get a guy like Yannick Ngakoue or even Frank Clark would speak well to what they're attempting to do. Even for 1 year, you got to get back to the playoffs. You need another edge rusher opposite of Cam. Yannick Ngakoue and Cam Jordan would be a really phenomenal tandem. And, of course, you feel like you give Cam an extension because I'm pretty sure Cam going to play beyond this year. You kind of extend them out and you get a Frank. But depending on what a Yannick or a Frank Clark demands, look like it's right around, what, $8 to $10 million that you might. They're going to hold out. That's why they ain't got a team right now. But like I said, Yannick Ngakoue struggles against the rush. He fires off against the pass. You can't deny him that. And for the sack numbers alone, he is an intriguing option. If you're the black and gold, right? You got to be. All right. So anyway, all right, Pelicans, Nola, shout out to you. So what's up, Q and family? Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate you for being here as well. Travis says, hard to say what the Saints would do at the defensive line position. It was a need during the season. With Sue out there and road with what we had. I know, Travis, I was saying that the whole damn season long, man, about that whole situation, man. It stunk to high hell that we didn't even do anything about even much doing anything to pick up and get new people. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you, man. It was awful. The Saints simply just did nothing, man. They did absolutely nothing to help improve that. And that's when Ndamukong Suh, he was picked up by the Philadelphia Eagles. They had injuries that happened with Big Jordan Davis and the other guy. I forgot the other guy. And they went out there and they picked up 2 defensive linemen and brought them in there. And that's the difference between people who want to win versus people who be playing games. Like if injuries, and it's like what I said on the Pelican post-game report or the Pelican wrap-up stream earlier today, is if you have to have the mentality of operating, and I use the term living roster. What I mean by that is you have to look at each game-by-game situation because guys get hurt. You might miss out. You might have some of your interior defensive guys get hurt. And instead of rolling out practice squad players where they don't know the game plan as well, you're going to have to go out there and grab a veteran. Like, why didn't you go and get Malcolm Brown? Malcolm Brown, the former defensive tackle for us, was out there. He knows your scheme. He wouldn't have cost you a lot of money. Why not go out there and get him? Why not? There were several veterans that you could have brought in that could have really helped you do some positive things, but you just sat there and let all of that play out the way it did, which kind of, it upsetted me because that showed me that you ain't serious about it. You ain't really serious like you say. if I'm the head coach of the team and I'm recognizing that some of my players are hurt, why would I not go out there and scour the free agency list? Like if I'm the Pelicans general manager, instead of making excuses at the end of the season and put everything on injuries when injuries are a part of the game, you keep using injuries as an excuse. So why you losing games when you got the ability to trade, when you got the ability to sign people off the street, when you got all this other stuff going on? Like some of these players now, they have multiple professional leagues and they're not up to the level of the NFL, but they got the USFL, there's the XFL. They got football leagues going on where players are getting summer workout right now. You don't think that's going to impact them and make them better? Any type of representatives, even though this field of the speed of the game is different, any kind of red hot reps will help you in developing, right? It'll help you develop, help you realize what you got to do. So it's no really excuse to keep using injuries because we know injuries are a part of the game. You have to adjust. You have to be able to find people and bring them in here to keep it going until some of your players come back. That's what you got to do. You can't sit up here and just put all the pressure on the backups and expect, hey, man, well, we just, all this. I don't want to hear all of that, man. You can't use excuses because you can't have it both ways. When the season is running, the NFL coaches tell us all the time that you can't use excuses as a reason why you winning, why you're losing games. And then that shit flips soon as you get to the off season, and here come the general manager and the rest of them come out there saying, well, why now, kid? We had losing, we had injuries and injuries some more, Can I tell you, injured player can't throw the ball, you can't. Yeah, I hear you, but no, he can't. But you knew injuries was a part of the game when you took the job. You knew that you had trades and you could sign people. That's why you got to always make sure you put the best people you can on your practice squad. And the Saints don't be doing that all the time. They be signing guys. They know them guys ain't going to see the field. You be signing guys that like that what Peyton would do that would kill me. Peyton would sign these guys and he brought guys from Canada, and then them damn guys don't even do nothing. They sit up there, they don't even sniff the field. They be out there helping wash the windows of the building and stuff. They don't do no football related stuff. You got to change from that. If you got an opportunity to have a practice squad, then you need to be putting players on the practice squad that you believe have potential that can help you more sooner than later. You get what I'm saying? Now, you're going to have a few guys on the back end that's developmental, but that's the goal. The goal is to make sure that you have players that help you more sooner than later, and that should be the mindset of the team. You can't keep telling me injuries. It's like when Zion Williamson wasn't there for the Pelicans. Oh, well, this, that, and the third, he wasn't activated to play. Well, why didn't you go and get somebody else? Why you didn't go trade? Why you wait and made one trade for J. Rich and got rid of Graham? Why didn't you just go and get somebody else? Then you start looking around the league and seeing what the Grizzlies did when they went to the G League and got Foster, this big center guy, and he in there helping them out. Like, well, why you can't do that? Because they don't have a proactive mind frame. They just sit up there and say this will be good enough. You can't build the team at the start of the year, and then by the middle of the year, I guarantee the team going to look different because they banged up. It's physical game. Stuff happened. You got to keep adjusting, and that's what Philadelphia did. Philly started the year last year with draft picks and moving up in the draft, getting Chauncey Gardner-Johnson from the Saints and trading with the Chris Olave pick, and then taking all those picks and added them to their team, and then signing Sue and signing the other guy, signing this guy. And they were doing stuff like that through the entire summation of the season. They just didn't build at the front of the season and then take what you had from the front of the season into the season like it was going to be the same damn thing once you come out of the season. It's not. It never is. Unless you're incredibly fortunate that none of your players got hurt, that is not going to happen. So you got to be constantly adjusting. You got to be constantly fine-tuning. You got to be constantly looking for players to help this team. You got to be constantly doing that. And that's what I'm saying. You can't tell me, well, they stand up at the press going, well, we don't want to use injuries as an excuse because we got to play better. And then the moment the season over here come Mickey Loomis and David Griffin out here talking about the injuries is the reason why they fail. Man, it's not working, bro. We got a memory, and you're not going to play that with us, man. You're not going to do it. Anyway, let me bring in a few people here. All right, we got my boy KT. We're going to chime in. Then we got DJ smacking on something. DJ must be at the Wing Shack or something, man. DJ, you at the Wing Shack, bro? You tearing it down, brother. All right, so shout out to the fam, man. Let me bring in KT first, man, and bring KT in here. KT, how you doing, sir?
What up, Q? How you doing?
Doing good, my brother. Good to hear from you, man. Let's let me put you on the big screen there. But how you doing, brother? How is everything going?
I'm good, bro. I'm enjoying retirement. I'm good. I'm finna plan 2 trips. I might be in NOLA for my birthday, but
Go ahead,
I'm going to Vegas in the summer.
Go ahead, KT, man. Living it up, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, now, why they got a 4th round grade on Skinner? He got a torn pectoral muscle, just like your boy. Just like your boy Voorhees, the guard from USC,
right?
He got hurt during the combine.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you some late round gems to keep an eye on. First, I'm going to start at wide receiver with Rakim Jarrett. 2 wide receivers with rapper names. Rakim Jarrett
and
is
Jadakiss Bonds.
Rakim Jarrett is 6 feet, 195 pounds, wide receiver out of Maryland. He was supposed to commit to LSU, but he wanted to be close to home, so he stayed at Maryland.
Right.
Dude has speed. I ain't going to say he's Steve Smith Sr., but he has a similar skill set. A smallish wide receiver who plays physical and has the speed
Saints
to separate.
Saints looked at him now, KT.
Okay, I got another one for you. Broderick Martin, D tackle out of Western Kentucky, played in the Shrine Bowl, 6'3", 330 pounds.
Broderick, we talked about him before.
Yeah, we just didn't get good chance to go in depth with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Broderick Martin is a space eater. We already know about Carl Brooks, and I told you about Jonathan Mingo. You knew about him.
Yeah.
But
I think your favorite is Jadakiss Bonds there, KT.
Hey, bro, you know I got to get love to the SBCUs. Plus, he has the first name of one of my favorite rappers.
Hey.
Don't hate.
There you go, bro.
Hey, but he is 6'4", he runs good routes, and he gives you a little bit of something to run after catch. But did you ever check out Lindsey Scott's tape?
You talking about the quarterback?
Yeah, from Incarnate Word. He's from Zachary.
Yeah.
He committed to LSU, then transferred.
Yeah, I checked out his tape, man. That dude, he looks, you know what his game kind of looks like to me? A mixture of like Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson. That's why I see a little Russell Wilson in this game, KT.
I see Russ too. Only thing I see with him, certain times he can run. He is stocky at 5'11", 215, but it's like certain times he'll depend on his arm. He'll think his arm can make any kind of throw, and he does have a cannon.
Yeah, he really does, man. But 60 touchdowns in 1 year, KT, bro. That was phenomenal, man. I was watching that footage, man, and it was just all kind of touchdowns, a lot of deep passes. Watching him, bro, he good all over the field. He can throw the deep ball. I mean, I don't know how big his hands is, but his hands look pretty big over the ball. Like he throws a tight spiral. He good short and intermediate. I mean, I don't know where he goes in the draft. I'm probably thinking somewhere toward the back end or possibly undrafted. The Saints did look at him.
Yeah, I agree. And you mentioned plus 11 touchdowns on the ground. So 71 total touchdowns.
Sheesh. Dude, they can't overlook him, bro.
There's a back I want you to look at. His name is spelled funny. It's pronounced Xavier, but it's like Xazavian, Valladay out of Arizona State. 6 feet, 200 pounds, power back. But once he gets through the first layer of the defense,
Mm-hmm.
he has the speed to house it. Plus, he's good in pass protection and can catch out the backfield.
Yeah, Xavier Valladay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look him up. KT, they got him on the back end of the running back list here. But you know who I really like from the running backs? Some of the guys that you sent me.
Who?
Lou Nichols. Love
Lou
Lou
Nichols III. Yes.
Love him, bro. Love him. Fantastic running backs. Mo Ibrahim. I love his game, man. And there was another
I
dude,
like Mo Ibrahim. I like Israel from Pittsburgh too.
What was the other guy, KT? I can't remember his name, but I remember his game, man. What was his name? The kid from from Illinois. Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown. Love him.
Yeah, Chase Brown and his brother Sidney. Everybody's sleeping on him, but Sidney is a premier safety. He's like, he plays, it's organized chaos.
Mm-hmm.
His play style kind of reminds me of Troy Polamalu, not from the skill set, but the way he flies around his field.
Yeah, man. They got a lot of terrific. I seen somebody compare Chase to Pierre Thomas.
Yeah, I can see it. I see it on certain things, but he's not as smooth on a screen pass as the PT Cruiser.
Yes. What about Deuce?
Now,
how about Deuce Vaughn, KT? How you like him?
I hate comparing players to certain players because they went to the same school, but Deuce Vaughn, to me, I see your boy all over again, Darren Sproles.
Oh yeah.
Same height, body type, height, toughness, speed, catch out the backfield, and you got something on punt return.
Yeah,
I see Sproles.
Yeah, he does. His game does kind of remind me of him. All right, KT, give me one more wide receiver you like the Saints should add, bro. You know I like Bryce Ford Wheaton, bro. You know, if the Saints add another wide receiver in the draft, I say let it be a guy that's 6'3", or a big, tall wide receiver that's physical and that has speed. 4.38, I think. What is it? 4.38, 4.39 for Bryce Ford Wheaton.
Bryce Ford Wheaton, and I want to apologize to the fam. You was right. Bryce Ford Wheaton, they got him at 6'4", 225. 4.38 for Bryce Ford Wheaton. Jonathan Mingo ran 4.46. Another guy that we know about, Rashee Rice, Xavier Hutchinson from Iowa State, Dante Demas.
Yeah.
And late gems, I'm not gonna bring up Jadakiss Bond. You know about Shaq Davis from South Carolina State.
Yeah, Demas is.
I would 6'5", 205. So you can bulk him up, and he won't lose any speed. Dabo Swinney went out of his way to praise that guy.
Wow.
When Clemson played South Carolina State early in the season. So
how far does Quentin Johnson? I think Quentin TCU. How far does he go, bro? Because I see his stock falling, bro. You see all these other guys' stock rising. At one time, they had Quentin Johnson out of TCU as the top wide receiver in the draft. So I mean, he done fell some. Does he still go in the first round?
I think the 15 to 25 range is where we got Quentin Johnston, because you think about it. Zay Flowers is good, but he's like a little speed wide receiver. Same thing with Josh Downs, small speed wide receivers. I think Quentin Johnson might go to the Bears. Quentin Johnson he can go to the Chargers. He can go to Minnesota because they need a running buddy for Justin Jefferson. He could go to Baltimore.
Yeah.
But if Quentin Johnson's there, I love Quentin Johnson, but at 29, we need deep tackle or edge rusher. So 29, we better be talking about Maze Smith, Luka Van Ness, Isaiah Foskey, I'm not sold on Miles Murphy because Miles
Yeah.
Murphy to me, I don't see the effort with all those attributes. I take Brian Breesy, but Brian Breesy would be in the second round. Kalijah Cansey has the talent, so don't get me wrong when I say this because I don't hate the brother. He's a good penetrating pass rusher, but we finished 24th against the run. They're going to run the ball against him, and that's his weakness.
He got to improve at that.
So
That's the case, though, KT. You got to get right. You got to get him up there.
no,
Yeah,
you know what you do?
right
You
now.
get a big defensive tackle to help with Kalen Sanders. Get Mozzie Smith, get the dancing bear Ika because you feel like I do. You feel like I do.
Yes.
Ika should have never left LSU.
Nope.
So that's what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna give you a couple more gems that I'm gonna bounce out. We know about Dorian Williams, linebacker from Tulane.
Yes.
Shaka Hayward from Duke. He's a cousin of Ironhead. Intelligent linebacker. Anthony Orgy, another intelligent, athletic linebacker out of Vanderbilt, and Cam Jones from Indiana. Keep an eye out for them guys.
Yeah, Dorian.
Keep an eye out for those guys.
Yeah,
and tight end.
Go ahead.
Go on, Q. I was going to say, I like Josh Wiley. I like Payne Durham from Purdue. I also like Kuntz from Old Dominion. The only thing with Kuntz is like, okay, you got the size and measurables from Jimmy Graham, but are you soft as two-ply toilet paper and a hot bubble bath listening to Drake?
He is big, bro. 6'7", 250 plus. You got the size.
Yeah, and he runs a 4.6.
I like Wiley. I ain't gonna lie. I like Wiley's tape.
I told you, it's like a poor man Kelsey.
Yeah, Josh Wiley. Yeah, he's pretty good. Cincinnati tight end, 6'7", 240 plus. I like his tape, man. I like his tape a lot.
Yeah. But I say priority undrafted free agents: Lindsey Scott, Kamari Everett, the tight end from Bethune-Cookman, and if he's still there, Broderick Morton and Dante Demas. But I was just coming in to drop some jewels on the draft, some guys to keep your eye out for. I'll reach out to you probably later on this week, see if we can squeeze one more video in before the draft, and I'll holler at y'all, fam. Y'all be easy.
Yeah, do that, KT. We'll put it together, my brother.
All right.
Shout out to my brother KT, man. Appreciate him stopping by on the Coma, man. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving, fam. Let's go on to the next person, man. We got State of the Pelicans, DJ chiming in, man. Shout out to my boy, DJ. DJ, are you there, sir? DJ? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still there. What's going on?
What's going on? Welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, so I got a couple of questions. I know we all know about the Pelicans. It's the end of the season. Not here for all that. But quick question. Well, a quick couple of questions. Do you think that we're gonna trade, or somebody's gonna trade for Taysom Hill, or like what? Because like we got Derek Carr now, James on the 1-year deal. We still got Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife, and Jake London on like a fourth string. But if you draft a quarterback, does he go to the third and Drake London go to the practice squad, or like how are we doing that?
You said Drake London? That's an Atlanta guy. Drake London. You mean no, Taysom Hill? I don't think Taysom Hill gets traded, DJ. I think Taysom Hill will be he'll still be here. The Saints, you see him as a weapon, a utility knife. So I don't think he's going anywhere. I mean, he means a lot to the team. They can use him in all kind of phases. So if we work this deal, I think Taysom will be here, a part of the offense. And then your other question was about whom now?
So the Saints draft the quarterback, which I'm possibly think they do. Do you think who you think gonna make the third string as far as him? I mean the rookie and Jake London, because that's gonna be our third string quarterback.
Oh, Jake Luton. Yeah.
Yeah, Jake, my bad.
Jake
I'm
Luton. Yeah,
sorry.
you got me confused on that. I got you, DJ. But now, I mean, I think at some point the Saints probably will take a quarterback. A lot of people debating on whether or not it's high, but I'm saying, listen, the Hendon Hooker thing, you know, and there's still time. Like, it's still time between here and the draft. Now you see Atlanta making moves, other teams making moves. The Saints could very well add some more talent. But my thing is, if Hendon Hooker's there at 40, I wouldn't take him with the first round draft pick. His stock is rising. He might not be there at all.
Correct.
So,
I mean, at the 29 pick, I'll at least take a defense. And if you're not gonna go sign Frank Clark,
right.
A veteran defense end.
Right. I don't see a first round draft pick of a quarterback. I don't think the Saints take one. Hooker is there at 40. I'd be more inclined to take him. I don't know if he'll be there at 40 with his stock rising. But, you know, at some point, if they don't get one with the second round pick, I can anticipate the Saints picking up something after the fourth round, because they have a lot of quarterbacks that will be available between rounds 4 and 5 and even back. You got the guy out of TCU, Max Duggan. There is a quarterback from Houston and Clayton Tune. The Saints looked at him. There's a lot of prospects the Saints could look at in terms of that. But, you know, like I said, if you want a franchise cornerstone, like a quarterback for the next, 10 years, 8, 9 years of your organization, in Hooker's at 40, I would take him. I would take him. I don't think he'll be there. I think he'll be probably gone before that time.
What you think about Jaren Hall at BYU?
I think Hall's a pretty good quarterback. I like other quarterbacks a little better than him, but I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all. I think he's actually pretty talented. First black quarterback. I think the start at BYU was. I remember doing some research on him and finding out. I was like, wow, okay, that says a lot for Jaren Hall. But you got a lot of talent, man. Like I said, he's very productive, an athlete. But, it's other quarterbacks I like a little bit better than him. But you can't go wrong with Jaren Hall, man, with all that athleticism. He's really intelligent, too. They're just 6 feet tall.
So, the wide receiver room, as you know, we had Emmanuel Sanders, Tiggins Jr. Then we went from that to Tommy Lee Lewis and who else? Devontae Harlan. Do you think we need another? I don't want to say another one of them guys, but as far as like Rashid Shaheed, because I know he's like what 6 foot,
6'1",
some,
yeah,
6'1". Do you think we have that type of ability? I mean, not saying him, but like the return, like the kick return and punt return. Like, do you think we need another
returner?
Yeah, returner. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got you got Kirk Merritt that can be used in the kick return, punt return game. They had Quan Baker doing it at one time, the 7th-round draft pick for the Saints. But, don't be surprised if the Saints find a kick returner, a punt returner in the undrafted ranks. Remember, that's how we got the last 2 ones. We had Deontay Harris-Hardy and Rashid Shaheed. Saints good at turning over and going to some of these small colleges and finding some of these top-level young wide receivers and then bringing them on the team and having an impact. I expect them to keep doing that trend, man. It works.
Mm-hmm. You think the Pelicans could do the trend? You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing with the Pelicans, man, is like I said, it's basically the same organization is running. That's why the philosophies are the same. That's why you still see some of the same, I guess, movements and ways, and that could be a plus and a minus, man. But you got to be your hands on it at all times, not micromanaging the thing, but you got to be aware of every twist and turn and make sure the coach and the staff is all on code. You just can't, like Mickey did, turn the keys to the bus over Dennis Allen. Then Dennis Allen is driving the bus, off the cliff, and you just sit there and make excuses once he crashes the damn thing. No, you got to make sure you have hands on it. I like how Fontenot did last year with Atlanta when you had Arthur Smith trying to keep Marcus Mariota at the starting quarterback, and Fontenot had a meeting with him, and the next thing you know, you see Desmond Ridder out there. So I mean, sometimes you got to understand this is your life. Your job is on the line too. And that's the problem too with a lot of our older people at the top that have been sucking up all the success. They get a little set in their ways and thinking everything gonna be there. They forget what it took for you to get there, the intensity and the intelligence and the ferociousness that got you there. Now that you're sitting up there living high off the hog, you're fat and complacent, and that's a problem that I see with our brass. We too complacent and just too laid back on some of this stuff, and it's starting to hurt us to a degree.
I'm sorry I missed you on Pelican program, but this is my second to last question. What do you think the Pelicans should do with either the guard position or at the 14th pick?
They need to go. Well, this the thing, DJ, with the Pelican. I like Dyson Daniels, but he don't have enough offensive game. That's the thing that really hurts Dyson Daniels. He plays wonderful defense. He don't have enough. He doesn't have an offensive game. He facilitates and he plays wonderful defense. But do you really think Willie Green, as fixed in his philosophy of going with veteran players, do he finally loosen up to a Dyson Daniels and allow him to take the reins of the point guard position? Because it can't be C.J. McCollum. McCollum is mostly, he's a two guard, a scoring guard. When he gets the ball in his hand, he likes to shoot it. It's just his DNA, and that hurts us because sometimes he be jacking the ball up, and at least be patient enough to wait for guys to get in position to get a rebound for the stick back, but he jacking it up, and them guys ain't even crossed the half court line yet. So, I mean, you need a patient guard, a veteran guard, or whoever's available that can kind of set the thing up, even though you can run BI with the ball or Herb with the ball and all this. This, to me, is just them adjusting to life without having an actual point guard. Because if you have a real point guard at the position, he sets the table for all of those guys to operate. So is that a guy that's available there when the Pelicans go out there and look, or even if they'd be interested in such a thing, or they just simply decide to go with what they got? Well, it'll be determined. But I don't think Jose Alvarado is the answer at the point guard position. And Dyson Daniels fits because of his size, and he can switch everything because that's like Willie likes to does. Like to do, he like to switch everything, which means Dyson can switch to bigger off guards or small forwards or however it is in his defense there. But they got quite the conundrum to figure out how they're gonna fix that situation. But we're gonna see, bro, as the season go on, man, which direction they take with that, man, because that's a core part of it. And also, you need a big that can move too. We need another big that can move around and play multiple positions. And we just can't keep letting Larry Nance, who's 6'8" guard, 7-footers, and you need another big that's fast. I don't know if that's Jackson Hayes, but Willie got to have a philosophy change on how he gonna use his younger players, man, because that kind of hurt us this year. All right, DJ. Look like DJ froze.
You can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You was frozen for a second.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's about it. I mean, as far as like the QB position, of course, the Pelicans. I'm tuning into 27 when the draft hit. I don't know when the NBA draft starts.
I think it's sometime in May.
For that as well.
Yeah, that's cool, but DJ. Yeah, we're gonna be on that. We're gonna cover it all, bro. We're gonna do the live streams like we've been doing for the NBA and NFL drafts. Like that's some of the best time of the year outside just doing the games, man. Is just doing the drafts of both teams, man. That's really fun to watch that go on. But DJ, shout out to you. Appreciate you being in the stream, my brother. Thank you for chiming in, man. And go Pels and go Saints, bro. And I'm gonna holler at you later, bro.
How you do?
All right, peace. All right, that's DJ chiming in. That's our Pelican guy, man. DJ loves the Pelican. Sorry to hit y'all with a little Pel talk right quick, fam, but y'all know we do that too on the Pelican post-game report as well. So we got the last of the callers chiming in here. Unless you won't get in here quick, 7:30 is the cutoff time. We got the OG himself, OG Jerry Paul in the building. OG, what you say, brother?
What's going on, Big Q?
How you doing, sir?
What's going on, bro? How you feel? How you doing on this good Sunday evening?
Doing good, OG, man. Good to hear from you, bro. I know you wanted to talk about it on Friday, bro. You know, I had to shift it to Sunday, bro. So, OG, I'm here for you, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Big Q. Shouts out to the family. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope all is well. All that good stuff. Who that to you? But yes, Big Q, I wanted to address this. I tried to get you to open the phone lines on Friday.
Right.
Because I want to y'all know every time you hear somebody take a shot to the New Orleans Saints, you know I had to come in to defend them.
Yes, sir.
And of course, and in case y'all don't know, I'm gonna tell you a little something about it. It happened. It started since Wednesday. And shouts out to my guy Dolph 17 and TJ Jones and all the rest of them. Of course, we're talking about Mr. Pacman Jones. Yes, Pacman Jones. Talking about the Saints secondary is trash. Pac-Man almost to me, Big Q sound like Willie Bibbins. Same thing. but on a different perspective. Because Pacman Jones said something, and you played it.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, wait till I come on Big Q's channel and address this because I knew this was gonna happen. I said, let me come on up in here and give you my thoughts and my opinion on what I heard. Pacman Jones, Big Q, is another Kendrick Perkins of the NFL. That man had more CTEs more than anybody that I ever know. And what kind of stuff that man had on? It looked like he just come out the basement or something with that gear he had on. It's ridiculous, Big Q. It's ridiculous, bro. I don't know what to say. But I'm here to tell the Who Dat Nation, the entire Who Dat Nation, and you, Big Q, and everybody else, that the Saints secondary is not trash. They don't suck. That's just their thoughts of opinion to make them look good.
Right.
So that's all I wanted to touch on right there, Big Q. I know everybody talking about the draft and all that stuff, but this has to be the elephant in the room that we have to address. Because they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait for me to come on here and talk about Pacman Jones talking about the Saints secondary suck. Shoot. When the last time did Pacman Jones see the field, Big Q?
Been some time, bro.
Yeah, a long time. Because he wasn't that. Every time you see him, when he was playing with Cincinnati and Dallas, he always get burnt. He kind of almost remind me of Jason Burnt David and Fred Toast Thomas, if y'all remember. Because that's exactly who Pacman Jones remind me of. Them two guys right there. Get burnt every time. And you going to call the secondary trash? You going to say they suck? Man, please. Miss me with that nonsense, man. Seriously.
Yeah, he kind of out of his mind, bro. I think.
I guess because he's a Georgia boy, I guess.
That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe he been listening to them fail cars too much. Maybe he been listening to them Succaneers too much. Maybe he been listening to the punk-ass Panthers too much. And calling us sorry? Man, please. Talking about they all right. Man, you might want to double check that, bro. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Pacman Jones. You better check that, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jared. Thank you, man, for chiming in on that, bro, and letting them know how you feel about it, bro. Yeah, he was he was definitely something was going wrong with him on that day. Maybe he was having a bad day, but he was definitely all kind of ways wrong, bro. So,
Big Q, I don't know what the man was drinking. I don't know what the man was smoking, but my God, I got nothing, Big Q. That's all I can say, man. But looking forward to this draft. I just want the Saints to have a successful draft like they did last year when we got Chris Olave and Alontae Taylor. I think we're going to be all right. With 8 picks we got, I mean, I like what I'm seeing right there. And everybody was talking about drafting Hendon Hooker. I just don't see it happening, Big Q. I told this to Dog 17 on his channel and TJ Jones on his channel. I don't see the Saints getting Hendon Hooker because all these other teams might be getting Hooker before we get them, and we number 29.
That's
so
true.
I don't see us getting Hooker in the 29th pick in the first round. I just don't see it.
Right.
Now they talking about we might draft a quarterback, but that's probably going to be like when they either Friday when they have rounds 2 and 3, or Saturday with rounds 4 and 7, 4 through 7. So we'll see what we get. I wouldn't mind if we take a defensive end or a defensive tackle, somebody to fill that gap. I wouldn't mind if we get an edge linebacker. I wouldn't mind. Whoever the Saints get in the first round, I'll be satisfied with it, and we'll just see where we go from there, Big Q.
Amen to that, OG, bro. Once again, man, appreciate the great takes as always, the good energy. The OG himself, Jared Poore in the building. Thank you, brother, for chiming in on the Coma, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Big Q, and much love to you and your family. And also, shouts out once again to everybody in the chat. Much love to y'all. Who that to y'all? I love y'all, and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Y'all be blessed and have a great week.
You too, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Peace.
All right, peace out.
That's OG, man, kicking it, man. Appreciate the OG chiming in, man. We got Scoob, my dog Scoob coming up next. What it do, pimpin'?
What it do, pimpin'? How you doing, baby?
Hey, bro, it's been a minute, man. How you doing, brother?
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. You know how it go.
That's right.
What's up with you, big homie?
Chilling, bro. Everything good, my man. Good to hear from you as always, my brother.
You know that's right. I know that's right, bro. I'm loving it. So look, bro.
Yes, sir.
I ain't talked to you since Drew retired, Pimpin'. I ain't been on the joint since 3 long ago. It ain't even been 2 long ago. It's been 3 long ago for us, bro.
It's been a long time, bro.
Yeah, what the hell, man? What the hell? All this what you call it, prognostication, and who we gonna take, Jeff Ireland for president. You know how I feel, baby.
There you go.
Put it in the big money man's hands, and he gonna make it do what it do, right?
That's right. Jeff Ireland for president. Scoop coined that one.
Pimpin', we ain't got no other reason but to trust in this brass to do their thing, right?
That's right.
Right now, trusting in the coach to do his thing is a little different. It's a little different because old boy a little goofy with it. Yeah. Last year he came out batting 1,000, didn't he? Yeah, he pulled in. What we been saying? No LSU guys for the Saints. No LSU guys for the Saints. What'd he do? Went and grabbed LSU cats. We was all happy singing praises like Kumbaya was, on everybody's mind that last year, this time.
It went right. It went wrong very quickly, didn't it?
It was exit stage left super fast, right? Old boy just couldn't put it together on the field, and I don't want to be the bearer of, it's too early for all that craziness. I would probably want to spew right now, but DA just, I don't know. I think the Cats took on his demeanor last year. They didn't have that Sean Payton pettiness and aggressiveness and fortuitiveness. They had none of that, bro. They had all the passivity, all of the tackle a mofo and pick him up. Oh, here you go, buddy. Like, nah, that DA type leadership just isn't working for me. But however, we're going to trust that our boy Ireland gonna make it do what it do, and we'll give him another chance at it. Another chance to right the ship. What you, in the words of Uncle Paulie, what you think, Q? What you think?
Uncle Paulie, he coming up next up, Scoob. He right next after you, brother. So, old great Saint think tank. Yeah, but I agree, Scoob, with everything you said, bro. We were lacking that. And that's the big question I got going into the season. I'm not really concerned about the talent. The Saints, Jeff Ireland, they're gonna get that talent together, brother. But can we transition it to the field successfully? That's the question that I keep asking everybody. We're gonna draft. We're gonna do a good job at the draft. We're gonna sign some people, but can we translate that into success? That's my big thing right there. I'm my biggest concern.
That's definitely the truth, bro. That's definitely true. We don't need him Willie Green in us. I'm sorry. Too early, Q. Too early. They just lost. Right too early to cut on Willie Green.
Nah, right on time, bro. You right on time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm in Sixers heaven right now, so I'm feeling a little, you know.
Well, you should, bro. They giving you something to cheer about, not so much on this side of things, my brother.
Right. My other side team didn't come through for me, so I got to stick with my hometown boys.
There you go.
But so what? I like to take a little stab at it. I know KT is our resident draft aficionado,
Yeah, KT.
But I mean, not a real stab at it. I'm just saying, if this cat don't get two D linemen in the first 2 rounds, I'm done. Because I know we picked up those 2 Jet guys, but let's be honest, we're picking them up on potential. It's not necessarily what the track record was, other than they're stout guys against the run. A la shades of our boy Malcolm Brown, the one dude. But I mean, aside from that, they're not world beaters. So we're looking at Mozzie and what's the old boy I was saying, Dancing Bear. I mean, me and Maul was going back. Dancing Bear is like a Pornhub thing, ain't it?
Yeah.
But no, whatever the boy name is, the Dancing whoever and Mozzie would be.
Yeah, Big Ika from Baylor. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tremendous. Well, wait, hold up. Who's the DE out of them two?
Both of them defensive tackles.
Oh hell no! So we need a defensive tackle. We need Mozzie because, and then that DE boy, I forget his name, but if we take a DE in the first round and then Mozzie in the second round, God knows if he's there. But we ain't no strangers to trading up. So if we do that, man, that would be great. Aside from that, DA gonna want to grab a D back. Yeah, I know you against that because we don't need it, and I heard you say that before, recently. But
if one fall to you, if one fall
he
to
gonna do
side, yeah, he gonna pull it. He gonna pull it on it. He gonna definitely.
New Orleans has become D-back university these past few years, bro. We are D-back U. He's going to grab somebody in the first 4 rounds, believe it.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, and then the fact that we lost Caden, oh my boy, Caden. You know how we opined for that dude in his beginning stages, and then what he developed into, with this on display, maybe as a result of the boy not being healthy all year, but at least, he got his chance. He got his chance to shine. So who do we replace him with? I mean, I heard you allude to it earlier. Do we trust the boy we picked up last year? He's got great traits.
Yeah, DeMarco.
But I mean, if we got one game where or a small little stretch there where DeMario or number 20, damn it, goes down, we're done. We're done at the linebacker position. So again, we're going.
Got Bond, Scoop.
Who? Oh, Zach. Oh yeah. We got Zach Bond. Sure. If we can figure out how to play Zach Bond, he never played with his hands in the dirt in his life. I mean, well, linebackers don't do that, but he's a stand-up outside defensive linebacker, outside defensive end quasi linebacker in a 3-4 system. He ain't what we employ him as. Trying to make that cat cover somebody is like, I don't even know. It don't even make sense. It doesn't. Trying to do Toy Cook some justice. Like, who the hell? Like, what can we do with that? Like, we have to grab another linebacker, and then we need somebody because on the offensive line, we need a guard. We need a guard because, I mean, what do? We made the boy take a pay cut this year to fit back into the squad. What's his name? Pete. On the left side, your boy, the best run blocker we got.
Well, Andrews?
Yeah, Pete. We're going to have to get somebody at some point to start grooming them for that left guard position.
That's true.
Yeah, and you know how we do. We draft trench players.
That's right.
So it seems like we draft trench, we draft D-backs, and everybody else be damned. It's like, no luck. Ireland's our guy, but it's been hit or miss. We employ, the fact that we got Alvin, the fact that we got old boy last year, Olave, those were some great picks. But aside from that, all we get is superstar trench players and then very good D-backs. We don't do anything other than that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got DA sitting on top of the team, bro. Defensive man. Do we give the offense everything they need? That's the question. You see it. So, yeah, it's interesting. You make a great point, Scoob. Defensive line would be a good place to go with at least 2 of the top 3 picks.
Yeah, they got to double up, bro. They got to double up because ever since Malcolm Brown and Sheldon left, we've been nothing in the interior, bro.
Yeah.
No pass rush, no fortuitiveness, no run stopping. We've been diving down and down and down. And we put all that money into Onyemata because maybe his draft, he was a little bit lower in the draft, so his payout would have been a little different. So instead of investing in the unhealthy,
Rankins,
most of the time Sheldon Rankins, right, we go for the cheaper guy who could develop into that. But they both lost one stalwart that made them great, was Nick Fairley.
Yes.
Nick Fairley gave Rankins game, and Rankins kind of spurred on Onyemata because he was his competition.
Yes. Yep.
After that was gone, it was over. Right. It was over. We ain't been nothing in the middle ever since.
Yeah. They can't they added these other guys. You're right. We seen what Saunders does, and Shepard, man, is still we anticipate they'll be better, We'll just have to see. They still is defensive line still a work in progress.
Yeah. All right, bro. Well, I know you said you had strict timeline for 7:30, and we know you lie like that most of the time. But I just wanted to get it in, man. Get my 2.5 cents, and try to use less 25-cent words as I possibly can. Try to get it down with you. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk some smack, but. Boy, I don't know, man. I just hope we have a great draft, and then Atlanta doesn't become who we not thinking they can become, because they doing their due diligence and making it work over there right now. In the offseason, they winning on paper.
Yeah, Carolina looking pretty good too. Yeah, we gotta keep up, man. We gotta make sure we make the right moves. So, yeah,
it's true,
they
bro.
Serious, bro. They serious.
It's true. All right, bro. So it's been good hollering at you. I just wanted to call in and bust it up with the Coma fam. And I want to tell you I love you and keep doing what you do, baby.
Same to you, my brother. Appreciate you. Good to hear from you, brother. You need not to be a stranger, bro. Chime in, man. It's always good to listen.
I'm trying to make it work in this depression on set. I'm trying to come up with like 19 different streams of income from 35 different places.
Well, if anybody if anybody gonna do it, it's gonna be you, School. Let me tell you something.
How I do, baby.
It's gonna be you, bro. You gonna make it work. I promise you that much. All right, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna get at you. Much love.
Yes, sir. Much love. Who that?
That's brother Scoob chiming in, man. That's the man right there. Always good to hear him chime in, bro. Love that brother, man. Much love to him. We got Uncle Paulie chiming in next. Uncle Paulie, can you hear me, sir? How you doing?
What'd you say, QBQ and fam? What's up?
What's up there, Uncle Paulie? How you doing, brother?
It's been a while, but I'm like a good New York strip steak. I've been simmering in them onions and all that gravy and that loaded potato is ready. I'm ready to do it. That sweet tea. Come on, what you got?
Thank you, Sway. You making me hungry then. Hey, shout out to you, fam. Thank you, man. How y'all doing over there, man? Everything good?
We doing good. That's the wife, man. We ready, Q. We ready now. But again, you know me. I'm optimistic this year. I'm not being pessimistic. I'm optimistic. But man, we look. Pete Carmichael, look, they got to get the offense calling plays together. Q, this don't make no sense, man. That's the only thing. I know I like some of the picks we've got in the Saints we got in the offseason, don't get me wrong, quarterback and all that. But Q, I'm still looking at, I hope it don't happen. What Derek Carr goes out there and gets hurt out 5-6 games, and guess what? We got to go back to Jameis Winston, and we know Jameis Winston and Dennis Allen ain't had two rosy of a relationship the past 2 years. So it's just you just got to look out for them things. And so that's why Q. I don't know if you got your little draft board up there, but I think his name is O'Shea Torrance out of Florida Gators. They need to get that young man.
Osiris, yeah.
We need another guard. Osiris, okay.
Yeah,
we need another guard, Q.
Right.
I'm not sold on that because you saw last year, Q. We had a plethora of injuries on that interior, man.
Yeah.
I think one time. About all 5 guards, tackle, and center. I think all 5 positions had suffered injuries for a certain length of time. We got to shoot that interior up. Q, what you think?
You're right. Absolutely. Great points made by you and School made mention of the fact that Andrews Pete hadn't played a full season in a while, bro. And Osiris Torrance is from down here, from out of
Oh yeah,
Fulton.
that's a
Yeah, he's got
boy.
a yeah. He's
What about
listed. He's
6'4", 6'5", 330, 335? That's a
yeah,
big boy, Q.
about
Woo!
6'5", 330. He enlisted as the best guard in the draft. So if he falls to the Saints at 29, man, that would be a massive steal. And plus, you anchor
Yes,
your
sir.
line over the next 10
Sir.
years.
Yeah, man, we need to do that. We need to do that, man. Like I said, I don't know if you got your board up, but that's what I would do. If I was in the draft room with Dennis Allen and Carmichael and Loomis, I said, "Look, get Torrance from Florida. Get that big boy." Now, my second round pick, I would go with Hendon Hooker if he's still there.
Hendon, okay.
Even though Q, I know we got Carr, I know we got Jameis, I know we got Taysom Hill in a pinch. You know, I hope that don't happen. But Q, you know what? The past 10, 50 years, the Saints have been just pummeled with injuries right after one right after another. It was the offensive line, Marshawn Lattimore at corner, somebody at safety. You can just take your pick. Every position even at wide receiver one time. Like everybody was going down like a mass unit out there, man. You know, but to me, I would get Hendon Hooker. I like that kid, man. I really do. What you think?
Yeah, I agree, bro. I even Cam, like I made mention of several times, that Cam Jordan make mention of drafting Hendon Hooker. I think the Saints have like a factuation with these Tennessee players. We get a lot of productive guys out of Tennessee. Hendon Hooker would be one of the best ones we got out of there since Elvin Kamara, man. We got Alontae Taylor and guys like that here. But the only issue is with his stock rising, would you be able to grab him at 4? He got to be high on the Saints power board of players that he starts scratching off as time goes. But the reality is Saints still, we know the core needs is the defensive line position. We need at least 2 interior defensive linemen in the draft, you know, perhaps one high, one late, and then of course we'll bring in some undrafted guys. But you're right, Uncle Paul, that we if I say, and this is just me, and this is how I feel, I know Hendon Hooker is the top 3 quarterback in the draft. This guy is a top 3 quarterback in this draft if he was totally healthy.
I really do believe it.
You in the
Q,
40th.
guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I just think, you know, I think they're gonna take. I think Carolina gonna take CJ. I think they're gonna take big boy because I think they want to keep a big quarterback. If you notice, Carolina over the past, you know, Cam had Cam Newton. He was 6'5", 225. I don't think they want no little man. So I think you know, old boy out of Alabama. His name slipping
Bryce
mind.
Young.
Yeah, I think he's gonna slide a little bit because he's at 6 feet and at that 100 and 215 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know, most of these teams want to get back to them big quarterback. Q called it, they're a little more durable. What you think?
Yeah, I would say, like I said, I think Bryce Young, even though I think C.J. Stroud is really good, he's a really good quarterback, strong arm, really good quarterback.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just me, and I've seen more Bryce Young film. Well, I actually watched Bryce Young in games with Alabama and what he was able to do from the quarterback position. And then I watched C.J. Stroud. Yeah, I know, but he's fantastic, bro. He's fantastic.
You know,
both of them are, but I don't know.
6'4", 6'5", 35 defensive tackles now.
Right,
you know,
right. Well,
that ain't college.
Well, that's the head coach said they like the tall quarterback, so it's kind of some question on which way they're gonna go with it, either Stroud or Young, man. But you know, I just think Bryce Young.
Watch out for Will Levis too. I think people sleeping on Will Levis. I think he's gonna. I think he's a quality quarterback.
Yeah, his stock is falling in the draft too. A lot of people see Will Levis' stock falling. I've seen drafts where a lot of people believe that the first round will have about 5 quarterbacks. That's what they're saying. Taking with Bryce Young and Stroll going, Anthony Richardson going to be in there, Will Levis going. And then if 4 go inside of the top, 15, then that leaves Hook at the top of the totem pole for that. And they got more, and you can see one of the back end teams more than likely trying to pick him, like taking a guy like Stroll. I mean, Hendon Hooker. I could see that happening. But I don't know if he falls to 40 because let me pull up the draft because you got a lot of teams that can reach at him and put him on the squad.
And while you looking at that, you know who I would go with the 3rd round? I think still kind of working on offense because, like I said, the Saints defense, if the offense would have helped them out, even that year with Tracy Simeon back there, if we'd had more offense, we'd have won at least 2 or 3 more games, Q. It's just the offense kept stinking it up. Going out there 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Couldn't, you're 4th and 3. Can't pick it up. If you do pick it up, you got a hold in a face mask pin and you lose it down. This crazy stuff, man, because you had lack on the offensive line and you had a lack of quarterback. And I'm so glad they didn't re-sign Andy Dalton. I could just turn a backflip, man. I was so glad to see him gone. But the third pick, I like that young running back. Well, 2 of them actually. That Bajan, I think it's Bajan Robinson out of Tennessee, and Q. I love New Orleans. I'm born in Mississippi.
The running back?
I love New Orleans. Yeah, that Bajan
from Texas.
From Texas. Yes, yeah. Robinson. I like that. John Robinson. I like him. And I'm New Orleans. Hey man, I like that Charbonnet kid too.
Yeah, me too.
Can't go wrong with Charbonnet. What you think, you?
Yeah.
They're like hokey guys, hokey guys. You gotta play for the Saints. Have a name like that. Come on, Q.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they like Zach Charbonnet. I could tell.
I like Charbonnet, man. He gets that ball, man. Because, like you said, we don't know what we're looking at Alvin Kamara, man. Might be 5-game suspension. Or they might do him like Deshaun, might spin him 11. We don't know how that's going to go, Q. So we don't want no flux, with the running back, because we done had trials and tribulations in that area too. What you think?
This is true. I mean, 3 running back rotation, a serious one when you're missing Alvin Kamara, and you could be missing him for multiple weeks. I mean, 6 to 8 weeks could be. And then you got Jamal Williams there, but having a good running back.
Right. You know what logical deal like to do is like stick it to us real good, shoot.
Yeah, so if you can get a good one in, they got a ton of really good running backs in this draft. The Saints don't have to get one early; they can get one toward the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, somewhere in there. 3rd or 4th round would be nice. They have a guy there that it potentially could serve. I mean, you got your whatever you want, the Tajay Spears, the Zach Charbonnets, guys like that. I talked about Chase Brown from Illinois. We talked about the Lewis Nichols III. They got a Mo Ibrahim. If you're not familiar with some of these running backs, I invite y'all to look them up. Some of these guys more than likely to go anywhere between like the 4th, 5th round, somewhere up the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th round guys. But these
Brown
are really
remind me of
really
Mark Ingram. I think he's a little more quicker and a little more stronger though. I like Brown. The running back Brown you just mentioned.
Oh yeah. Oh, Chase Brown. Yeah, they got
they got a
really bunch of good running backs, man. Yeah, they real fantastic running backs the Saints could add, man. They got a duality to them. So yeah, this is a good draft for us, man.
I like it. I like Quentin Johnston, a wide receiver. He's real Michael Thomas-ish. I like that.
Yeah, Quentin.
Yeah, and he's going to get him if he's still there. I think in case you have any issues with Michael Thomas, you have Olave, you have Johnson, you have Rashid. So we can't have a bunch of injuries at wide receiver like we did the past 2 years, man. That was just terrible at time, man. And then you get guys in there dropping balls and, don't know where they're at, don't know to play. Like I said, I practice taxi squad it was better under Shaw Pate, but Dennis Allen is just not working, Q. It's just not working. What you think?
Yeah, he got to improve as a head coach. I think the talent's going to be there. The talent was there last year. He got to make better decisions. You got to get smarter with his control metrics and taking it, hiring really good assistants or coaches around him. You can pull information from. Stop being so ego-filled and making these dumb decisions. You gotta
You 30 goal. You want to kick the field goal. Man, try to punch it in with the fullback. Stop doing that, Dennis Allen. You fussed on how many times. Like, why is he punting the ball? Why he want to at least go for the field goal? That's stupid to do that.
Showing not that much faith in your offense. And then again, the offense wasn't showing much for it to have faith in, and that was strictly because of him with his decision making at the QB position or non-decision making at the QB position. So that's a part of it. But he come in there with a sport and
throw the ball out the RPO package every time. Guess what? You did 1,000 times. Even Sean Payton, every time Taysom Hill trot out there, everybody in the stadium know. Guess what? Taysom gonna run the ball. That's just so old and tired. Come on.
Yeah, no discipline to stick to the pass, to play the pass that was open. But a lot of that I can't put too much on it on the play caller in terms of being the offensive coordinator. How many of those times did we see that play run where Taysom Hill had an opportunity to throw the ball and pull it down and try to run with it? Because there was times where he was in the position like he was going to throw, didn't go through his progressions. He just pulled the ball out and took off with it. So how much of that is Taysom Hill? So
scared he was gonna throw a PQ. He never had no touch on the ball. Never had.
No, he didn't. Man, it's just throwing.
That really hurt him. If he had some touch, he drove. If he could at least been Steve Bono, man, we'd been doing good, man. You remember Steve Bono?
Yeah, I remember Steve Bono.
He could throw the ball, man. Right. At least he could throw. Right, man.
Yeah.
Right. Man, it's good, man.
I want to just give you a shout out, Uncle Paulie. Good to hear from you, Scoob, Uncle Jerry, and the rest of the family members, Brother Jerry, and everybody for being up in here talking to me, man. I'm about to cut the stream off in a couple minutes. But it's always good to hear from you, Uncle Paulie, man.
Like the old gang is getting back together. And Q, we still, listen, I've been in New Orleans. It's gonna be my second run down there. We still need to do that family barbecue now.
This year's we got to do something, bro. I'm gonna put something together, bro. I know this year. I've been several big old projects I've been working on like a madman, man. That's what Low called me. He said, I'm a madman.
Do that. Gotta give me some big swag out there with the music. Yeah, get it right now. Yeah, you're right.
I'm out there telling jokes.
Do it now.
I'm gonna do my stand-up routine, do a couple impersonations.
I bring my sauces to help make the gumbo. We can do it, Q. We can do it.
There you go. All right, Uncle Paulie, thank you, man. Right. Much love to you. Appreciate you, brother. That's Uncle Paulie, man. Shout out to him and his wife, man, for chiming in the stream as usual. Appreciate Uncle Paulie and for representing. But listen, fam, I'd like to thank everybody for joining me for this episode of the Coma, man. Y'all know I got a 7:30 stream. School put me on point. Said I'd be like, you say you gonna do something you don't be doing at home, and you're gonna stop at 7:30, man. You be lying. Well, see, he put me on point, so I gotta do it. So anyway, listen, I thank everybody for joining me on the stream. Please feel free to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Please feel free to share the show and like the show. Add it on your social media feed. It helps us out as well. So also feel free to check out some of our new sponsors that we got that's in the description section. Outlaw Organic Body Products, and they are completely chemical and aluminum free. The side effects and harms that comes with that stuff. They have a full product line. You can get 20% off just by clicking a link and tell them that Big Q and the Sports Coma sent you. Also VPN, Express VPN, you can get 3 months free by clicking a link, and that's for your virtual privacy network where you can roam around and have all your privacy online. That's a big thing, and everybody should have that. So you click the link, you get 3 months off with the link below. Also, a few things for the family members. Y'all want to check out the Pro Shop. The links is in the description section below. Please feel free to subscribe to our new music channel, the 24/7, 365 Pro Cafe is activated, man. It is live. The link is it's actually in the community section. You can go there and click on the link. Pro Cafe is live. You can help out the stream there. Also, please feel free. We'll be rolling out Pro TV, which is our latest network, Pro TV, with we have multiple content creators that'll be added to that. So if you're a content creator and you've been content creating for at least a year, please feel free to contact us. You can go to the whothatdaily.com and scroll down to the banner. You can click the link and it'll give you information of what we're looking for. We're also looking for article writers, people who know how to write or writing articles. You can feel free to join us there as well on the stream. Thank you, LaChandra, for hitting that subscribe button. Much love to you. Appreciate you for that. And thank all of you guys for what you do, family, for what you do. And we got a lot of great stuff coming down the pipe, man. So yeah, it's all because of you and your support. So much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all, man. And I'll be hollering at y'all on the flip side. Much love, and who that?
Yeah. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, 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 Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your chain for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, running like this, and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
Cafe, that's right. Pro Cafe is your new #1 source for 24/7, 7-day-a-week lo-fi music and more. Whether you're hard at work or hard at play, let Pro Cafe be your life soundtrack. Subscribe now at Pro Cafe on YouTube. Peace.
This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Sending data over an encrypted internet connection is like sending a postcard that everybody can see. When you're connected to an unencrypted network, whether that's your phone, your computer, your tablet, your TV, etc., you're sending countless of pieces of really precious data that can be seen or intercepted by all sort of parties before it reaches its intended destination. But a VPN or a virtual private network creates a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. In other words, it puts an envelope around your postcard so they can't sneak a peek at your private correspondence. The ExpressVPN protects you from spies who use your data for their own nefarious purposes. ExpressVPN prevents your ISP from seeing your private browsing activity. It also stops governments and large corporations and websites that constantly surveil you and harvest your data for their own agendas. ExpressVPN gives you unrestricted access to all parts of the internet, so you can watch shows in other countries and even get certain discounts. So to get ExpressVPN, just click the link below. When you use the Pelican Postgame Report, you get 3 months free of ExpressVPN. Hit the link now and get connected.
TSC Unleashed is available on YouTube. Find TSC Unleashed for all the latest news, football, basketball, boxing, and entertainment news. We cover it all on TSC Unleashed. Every week, please feel free to subscribe to TSC Unleashed.